all these things.
How can I answer a
Okay,
question I don't understand?
just hush for a minute, right? These people, or you specifically, you go around and all these things are normalized to you. You know, the Earth floating in orbit and orbiting the sun, and the moon orbiting the Earth. All of these things are normalized to you, and you don't need any explanation for that, right? You don't need an explanation for why the Earth is, being in perfect orbit every year. The sun, every day, the sun goes up, and then down when the moon shines, right? Like everything works perfectly together. Okay, everywhere everything works perfectly together, yet you don't need an explanation for that. So you're saying that you need experience for that to work?
I don't understand.
I'm applying your experience point to the same thing that's going on right now. Why do you need experience to prove that the Earth and the Sun and the Moon in perfect orbit coincide with each other? Do you need experience to prove that? No,
I
you do
don't.
not.
I
And
don't.
plus, you don't need a hand, you don't need humane attributes to make that, right? For example,
Ryan,
if I was. Yes,
Ryan, I don't understand what you're talking, what you're saying. I don't understand. Well,
I'm applying your concept of experience to
look.
the world
So
and the
here, so let
universe.
me. So okay, let me explain. Let me answer. Look, I can experience Earth. I'm sitting on the Earth. I can experience gravity.
Okay.
I watch a YouTube video and they show that they looked to the skies and they found out the orbit and Newton came up with equations and
Okay.
and you know and every and at the end of the day everything that I try to experience has been confirmed. So I can't I
By what? Newton? Newton?
excuse me. I mean, yeah, I
So
mean,
your
so,
experience were confirmed by Newton just because you were sitting down on one faithful day watching your YouTube, looking at Newton's podcast and looking at Joe Rogan's podcast and saying, this makes sense. I have no other reason not to believe this. And I'm going to believe it full heartedly. And I'm going to choose to put my faith in this rather than a reasonable, rational explanation for the creator or the creation of us. Us humans are a creation of the creator. The creator created us as the creation, you know? So my vision is to spread this message to you of Islam, the one monotheistic God, one God, sent down his final prophet, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, a miraculous message. He was illiterate, he could not read or write, and he received the message of Subhanahu wa Ta'ala and Tawheed, oneness of God.
explain to me
So
explain to me how Muhammad received a message from a disembodied God.
you keep bringing up the point of disembodied. Explain what in your definition, what is disembodied mean? In your definition, I just want to get a clear grasp we're talking about the same word.
Does not have a body.
Why does it need a humane body to send down
No,
a message?
I'm not saying humane. I'm
Why?
saying
No, no, no,
any.
no. By your definition, why does it need a humane? Why does God, the creator of us, the creator of humans, the creator of the body, why does God need a body? Just explain that to me.
Because if you say that he has no body, then you're saying that I cannot experience God.
So you experienced YouTube, and that was your perfect explanation for that, right? Earth, Earth doesn't have a body, does it? Earth have a body like yours?
Earth. I'm not saying I'm not saying God needs a body.
This ties in perfectly with it. Doesn't matter if you didn't say it. It ties in perfectly with your argument.
Ryan, Ryan,
It ties in perfectly with your
you
argument, and if
look,
you just work with me here, Earth does not have a
Ryan,
body.
Ryan. If you want to convince me, you gotta let me ask questions and respond. Just
Go ahead.
yeah.
But I'm saying answer that. Why does Earth have a body and you have a different body? Why does that make sense?
Hold on. So I didn't say God needs to have a human body. I just said If your definition is that God has no body,
Okay.
no physical.
So if we're gonna play the games of etymology, I'm going to ask you what your definition of body
Wait,
is.
what do you mean games of etymology?
You're just using your language games, like you're putting words onto a god that you can't even conceive. You can't
I'm
even think of the
no,
possible. Like,
no. I'm not defining God. We need to agree on a definition. However you want to define God, we need to agree on a definition so that we can have a discussion. So, do you want to?
yeah. So I said one of the definitions of God is the all powerful,
No.
Almighty.
Okay, I don't have a problem with that. I have a
Okay.
problem with.
So there are 99 names of Allah Subhanahu wa Taala in our religion of Islam. So if you were
Wait,
to just search them up and what?
wait. So I said I don't have a problem for now. We can debate all powerful, but does he have any any body, not human body, any body? Does he have any? Is he corporeal? Does he have any physical? Is he physical? Does he have any physicalness? Can God be
Yes.
experienced? Can I experience God?
So your definition of experienced
No.
is
What
for
do you mean
him
my
to have a
definition?
body, or physically, or
No, it
does he have
doesn't.
any
He can
physical?
look. Is there any way for me to
Okay.
experience God by your definition of God? Is God experiential? By what?
Yes.
Okay. So, by your definition, God is experiential. It's possible for me to experience God. Fantastic. How do I experience God? Tell me the process by which I would experience God to confirm His
By
existence.
learning what he has said to humanity, by learning his message.
How could? All right. So, by learning His message, no,
Yeah, yeah. By learning his message, reading the Quran, and
that's
understanding what he has told to his prophet and
so
what he has
all.
told to humanity.
So all we're going. That's not. That's like fine. Then we don't have a disagreement. I agree that a book
Yeah,
called.
I wasn't trying to agree with you, Slave. I was not trying to disagree with you. I was trying to simply make a point. Yet you kept playing this game of body and whether he has a.
Stop attacking. Stop attacking. I'm not.
I'm not attacking.
Yes, you
I'm
are.
just saying
No,
what you have
you're
done.
attacking. You're attacking me. You're saying
What
I'm
are you guys
playing
talking about?
games.
Sorry. You guys mind me asking what you guys talking about?
Uh,
Huh?
we're
What are you
talking.
guys talking about?
We're talking about. He's asking if God has a body, and is he able to be experienced? Because by his definition, all things have to be experienced for him to, fully agree that that's the truth.
I mean, God has no limitations. He could have a human body, but God is, as he said, Almighty, all powerful,
Exactly.
all
So
compassionate,
exactly.
merciful.
So my
Well,
definition of God, one of the 99 definitions or 99 names of God, was all powerful. So by that definition, he could do whatever he wants, right?
How can I confirm God? How can I experience God? Tell me the way by
Again,
which. Yeah.
again, I'm not trying to force
methamphetamine.
you, and there's no, compulsion, right?
What?
I'm saying that if you want to experience, by your definition, experience, right? I want you to learn the word of God, in which you can learn it by the Quran.
Yeah, that
And the Quran is the
fine.
word of God,
I've
right?
read I okay, I read the Quran.
Okay.
That's nothing to do
You
like.
did, front to back.
Yes. What? No, I read
Wow.
some parts of it, but so
Oh,
what? How is that different than reading any other book?
You
in
haven't
that
read the
way.
whole thing.
No,
That
why would I?
doesn't really give you the whole scope of what Allah is, and also the religion itself too.
Exactly.
All
Because if you go
Islam? Oh my
selective,
god.
listen,
Hey,
if you go
if it's
selective,
possible,
that's just
if
that's
it's
just
possible, Ghostface,
yeah,
can
go
you
ahead.
mute up, please? Ghostface.
That's fine.
If
Thank you.
you go selective, you're just thinking about things that not the whole religion is about. Because
No, I don't care
there
about.
are times when God says, the Torah has guidance and light, right? But then
Mhm.
later inside the Quran,
What do you
it
mean?
also
What do you
says
mean? What do you mean God? Because I read a book, so I agree that a book called the Quran exists. It's readable. It's understandable. It's, as far as I'm concerned, it's just another, religious book like many books in the world.
Okay, so what's your point?
That's that's your God. Your God is a book. It's a specific
Our,
book.
our God is not a book.
no.
The book
It's
is
okay.
merely a
How can I
word
experience? Then how can I experience your God? You're saying your God is beyond a
Yeah, let me
book.
explain it. Let me
So
explain
you're
it.
saying you want to physically see him, you want to hear
Any
him, you want
experience. You told me read a book. Yeah, I read a book. Done.
No,
So
you didn't read the whole
okay,
thing.
so
That's not done.
so what?
yeah,
I'm
okay.
asking you how to experience your God. You're telling me
Learn
read a
learn the
whole
history.
book. Fine, I'll read a whole book. I read many whole
Okay, listen.
books.
Okay, listen. Let us talk real quick. Learn the history. Learn what the actual book is translating to, because the history says God talked to Muhammad, and he wrote the book.
So what? There's many books that
The book is not God. The book is not God.
many books say what you just said.
Okay,
Who cares? I can write a
wait,
book that
slave,
says that too. I can write many
slave.
books that say that.
That's the thing.
Okay, slave,
The
slave,
Quran says that there's contradictions with
slave.
those books. The Bible, the
Hold on,
Torah, they're
brother,
all wrong.
I'll write a book
brother,
that
brother.
says that too. Why? So
So
that's your
hold on.
God. Your God is a book
Listen,
that says that all other books contradict themselves.
That's the thing. It came directly from God. You can't say it yourself.
I'll write a book that says this book is directly from God. That's your God. What is
brother,
Yeah,
okay,
but
slave.
you
Your
I'm
point is
asking.
that
had
it has
vision
no
from it.
proof for it to be true. My point is that the Quran has significant truth that is understandable with your eyes, my eyes, and millions of other people's of eyes.
I don't
Hundreds
care.
of
I
millions.
don't care.
Actually,
I
to
don't
be
care.
exact,
I
3
don't.
billion people.
Care. I don't care.
Okay,
Can
so
I?
what I'm saying is,
Can
for
hold on.
you to
I
acknowledge
don't.
truth, it doesn't have to be experience. It has to be your personal experience
Yes.
with this truth, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so in the way of personal truth, you have to identify what truth is. What is truth, and how can you
If
identify
I
it,
can
right?
experience it, can I? How can I experience
And
your
your
God?
way, okay, your version of experience and experiential, for your ways of experiencing God is through your 5 sights or 5 what's
Whatever,
it called,
how many,
senses, right?
however can I
So you're
experience God?
so
You
you're
told me read
basing
a
you're
book.
basing
Okay,
God.
that's just a book. That's not God. I mean, if that's your
It's
if you
not just the book; it's the word of God. I keep saying this, brother. What is so hard to understand about that?
that's meaningless. So what if you say
Why
you're
why is it
so
meaningless
I'll
if
say
it's
the
a
same to
direct
you.
word,
It's
it's
just it's
unfallible and uncorrect?
how is look
Huh?
if I cannot experience it, then as far as I'm concerned, you're just making stuff up.
How am I making
True.
stuff up? If we said that
If I cannot
God's
experience
word,
it, you're making it. I claim you make it up. So
you're saying you have to see God.
not
To see it, experience
necessarily
it,
any experience. Give me any experience.
yeah,
All you tell me,
feel
read
it, taste it, hear it.
whatever. You tell
What do
me,
you then
read a
do
book.
when God comes to earth and then explain? Like, okay, let's say
I've
God
done.
comes in the spirit. You didn't believe he's God? You just didn't just make the same claims. Oh, you're not God. You're just a spirit. You're a ghost.
You can't even
Okay,
prove that
wait.
the
Dude,
Now
experience that
you're
you're
on the attack.
saying is God. You don't even know that it is God. It could be
there's
Satan for all you
history
know.
behind it.
Okay,
There's
okay,
history
Ghost.
behind it.
Just to prove your point wrong, we know that the Quran hasn't been changed since 1400 years ago. There are
I
scientific
don't
proofs to
care.
prove
I
the
don't
Quran.
care. So
Yeah.
what?
Okay,
I
and
don't
even if we're
care.
gonna go back to an
And
atheistic
the
point of
Quran
view,
doesn't get
we're gonna
amended.
point
Its
out that there's
interpretation gets amended. That's it's like
what,
slightly
what
different.
did
Okay.
you say, Ghostface? Say it again.
Its
Say it again.
interpretations get slightly amended. So like whenever
That's
they
why we
talk
read
about
it in the
like
Quran compared to the
yeah, they'll
Bible.
have
Okay,
people interpret it. So like whenever they have all these
Ghostface,
like what?
Ghostface. That's why we come back to the original language, and that's why there were so many problems with the Bible and the translations. That's why there's hundreds of contradictions, and you can never
There's
go
so
to
many in
your
the
history.
Quran. There's
Almost
so many.
prove one contradiction in the Quran. One, just one.
Aisha's age. It's a
Aisha's
big
age is
one.
not a contradiction.
It's mentioned 49 times in
Mhm.
numerous
It's not
like
a. It's not a
literature. It's like,
contradiction.
come on. So let's say 6. They say 9. They just talk about it, the nature.
I said in
I
the
know about
Quran,
the
not the
abrogates,
Hadith.
buddy.
Okay, so I said in the
They talk
Quran,
about
not
it's
the
like
Hadith.
Quran
Go
5:9 or
go say.
something.
We're
Talks about
talking
killing
about the
people.
Quran. We're talking
Yeah.
about the Quran.
Yep.
And we're talking
Quran
about
5:9.
contradictions, and you brought up Aisha's age.
Those are good
radiyallahu
ones.
anha. Huh?
It's an argument.
Yeah, oh,
literally.
yeah.
Literally.
Aisha's age is one.
Literally,
Quran 5:9's
Okay,
one. Dude, it's
I
contradictory
already
nature of
debunked
being
that. I already
peaceful.
debunked
Like,
that. Hey,
no, you
Ghostface,
didn't.
Shitface. I already debunked that
Shit
point.
face? Wow, this is coming from the guy with the shit skin. That's
You
hilarious.
won't talk. Okay, well, don't be racist. But listen, you won't let him talk. Let him talk, and
Yeah,
also
exactly. Let me talk
listen.
and get my point
Do
out.
not
I
listen.
already refuted your point, Ghostface. You're just talking
didn't.
over me. Now you're just blatantly being ignorant. Let me prove my point so you can
Wait,
be wrong.
can I hold on?
First of all,
no, one second.
slave.
No. This is my room,
Oh my.
and I want to debate. I don't want to be left out of a debate. So
Okay, you can debate, but can I please get to Mr. Ghost first, please?
no, Mister. I let him
Oh,
interject a little
okay.
bit. Not. I don't want him to take over the debate.
So, comrade,
What?
can you please make a new room? I want to join it.
Alright, no problem. Wait a sec.
It was really that easy, Mr. Slave.
What?
Yeah, you guys can join this room because you're not being, reasonable, and you're being unreasonable.
Wait, Ryan, if you're leaving,
Join Victory to Islam.
I hope I didn't do that.
it doesn't matter. I mean, I wanted to nail him down, and you switched the topic. You gave him a way out. I was trying to nail
What?
him.
No.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
I was trying to nail him down on the experience of God. Like, I wanted to show him. I wanted to look. I'm here to convince him that he lives in a lie, in lies. That everything he's saying is just lies.
Oh, it's probably easier to just explain that if you can't experience it in any way whatsoever, explaining that like there's no reason to believe it if you can't experience it, prove it, or really anything.
Look, it's
It might as well not be there.
look. I was trying to make him see the light. So I needed the time and to do that. So you switched the argument. So you gave him the easy way out, and then it became a fight instead of being.
Oh, there was no easy way out. He clearly saw what was going on.
I know.
Knew that his time was
Look,
up.
I'm not saying he's. Look, the point is, if there's any hope of changing someone's mind, then you need to take one proposition and like kill it completely. Like, bring the person down until he gives up. He needs to give up on the proposition. He needs to see that you're not playing games, you're serious. If you start switching topics and then the skin and the face, so that's not it's not how you're going to change people's. Like, you need to reach the heart. He needs to see that you want his good. You don't want to hurt him. You're not here to hurt his feelings. You're authentic, because that's how they bring people into their religion. They're very, they're a social network. They
Well,
take care of each other.
It's also Takia, that too.
What is Takia?
Takia?
What is that?
Takia is like it's another thing they have. It basically just says that they could straight up lie about their religion. I'll
Sure.
show you.
Yeah, but they get lost in the lies. They start believing the lies, and they cannot tell light from darkness. They become confused.
Oh, well, they just have a very consistent lie. So, like,
Yeah.
one they like to tell people is that Islam is about peace. It's not. Then they tell you Islam is never been amended. Well, it has.
Yeah,
Then they tell you it's the longest religion. It's not.
Right, but you need to take one proposition and clearly define it, and maybe redefine, and then debate it until it's dead, until they give up. I and you need to concentrate and not be distracted, because they'll try to distract. They'll try to talk about other propositions, and you need to keep bringing them back to the one boring proposition. Because if they run around with multiple propositions, it's going to be very difficult to debate, and basically impossible. So anyway, so yeah, and now you see they ran away. You allowed them to run away. I'm
I
not
don't think I allowed them.
you get
It's like,
you, you get. I'm not saying. I'm just saying, because you brought up more propositions, so you gave
well,
them a
it was
reason.
tangential, so it wasn't
Yeah,
like
I'm not.
I didn't.
I'm not. Look, it's nothing. It's meaningless. I'm just I'm just here to make content. At the end of the day, I'm like, that's the most important thing. Like, people will watch this maybe in 100 years and learn from this. So that's the little
Yeah, there's
satisfaction.
like,
Hmm.
do you mind like there's this guy, his name's like Apologetics. I forget what his name is. On YouTube, but he's a Christian that debunks Islam, and God, it's probably the best, most concise person, because him and another person made like a Word document that just consists of like pretty much every single possible like avenue that could like
You don't need.
conceivably go.
You don't need. You don't need that. All you need is one proposition and kill it. Like, don't have multiple propositions. Don't debate in one session. Don't allow them to switch propositions. Don't do that. Like, it's not good to have so many ways to skin a cat. Concentrate on one. It's going to be almost impossible as it is. It's very difficult.
Oh well, I mean, pretty sure all I said was like he was like, "Oh, the Quran's not, it's very consistent." I was like,
Every time,
it's been amended quite a bit."
but before you came, he tried talking about the Quran, and I stopped him each time, and I brought him back to the proposition, what's the definition of God, and we cleaned it up and cleaned it up and cleaned it up, and so I just want one proposition. We can, like, I can debate a Muslim on many propositions. Like, I can concede God and still deny the reason to be Muslim. I can concede heaven and hell and still deny the reason to be Muslim. I can accept his entire religion and still deny the reason to be Muslim. I did that last night. So, but the trick is to concentrate on one proposition and make them think. Like yesterday, I was debating a Muslim, and I asked him, why should I? Okay, fine, I'll concede everything you say about God. Okay, why should I care about this God? Why should I care what he says, what he thinks? Why? And the Muslim said, wow, I need to think about that. So you make a little dent in his confidence, and then he got upset and left the debate, which is fine because he didn't know how to respond. It was something, I guess, new. He never heard this line of thinking before.
Yeah, most of them just aren't used to like being criticized, so like debating them isn't really hard, thankfully.
Right, but I'm not.
Like,
I'm not interested in debating as much as I'm interested in.
conversion,
Yes, I want them to see the light.
ooh, that will be really hard.
I know.
Well, it's not even that. You could show them that their religion is full of shit, and then they believe it wholesale. But the problem is that they live in a community where like
Yeah,
people aren't okay with that
Yeah.
belief at all.
yeah,
So like he's gonna know all this information, but he's still gonna have to be Muslim in
Yeah.
pretty much every functioning way.
yeah. So that's why it's important to be nice to them. That's why they need to feel that an atheist can be warm and friendly and care for them. They need to see that the atheistic community is actually stronger than the Muslim community. So we need to be a better community. So we need to improve because we're in general we're assholes to each other. We are,
Oh, real.
yeah, we
That's because of dogmatic atheism, unfortunately.
it's fine, but we're very uninviting. Who people from communities that see us, from cults, they see us, they run away. They say, I don't care what these guys say. I mean, it's scary to be an atheist because you're all alone. So we have to stop this. We have to stop being such loners. We have to actually, start really caring for each other. Otherwise, we're doomed because the zombies will take over.
Yeah, well, Islam's not going to be a lasting religion. People go on about, oh, look at these people that convert into it. It's like, well, you're looking at it from a glass half full. The the like stark reality is the fact that it also has, like the highest deconversion rate because people just flee their Middle Eastern country and unfortunately end up in Europe, and then they maybe become atheists because they realize they won't have their head cut off because they can
Yeah,
now
but
be
it's
atheists in peace.
but it's is I don't worry about Islam so much. Islam is not my. There are other cults that are much more dangerous than Islam, like environmentalism and veganism are much scarier.
Because
Yeah.
yeah, that one's really hard. It's a tough pill to swallow. And you just have to understand the game they're playing with veganism.
No,
And a
but
lot of people just don't.
yeah, but it's a cult. It's a community.
Yeah, it is.
So you have to be nice to them. Besides winning a debate, you have to do it while being nice and not for one instant not being mean. As soon as you are even a little bit mean, that's it. You lost. And but I know it's a losing game. We're gonna. I mean, civilization is doomed. One way. I mean, we're on borrowed time.
True.
Yeah.
The only thing I disagree with is that they probably will not be receptive to something where you're just handling them with white gloves. These people they're not apt to like respond to any sort of criticism at all. So if you're just like, hey, not too sure your God exists, well, at that moment they're now feeling criticized and upset. So it's like you're pretty much like if you're playing that game, you'll be on the defensive the whole time.
Yeah. So I don't say something so mean like your God doesn't exist. I don't say that.
Oh, leave it just an implication. Like if they feel like that you don't believe in the stuff they believe, at that point, if you just point it out, they don't like it.
It's look.
So like,
But look, I'm trying to be as gentle as possible, but not gentler. Like I'm truthful and gentle. As gentle as I can and as truthful as I can. I don't want to hurt their feelings, but I want
good
them.
luck.
Yeah. I don't think I usually don't hurt their feelings. They usually don't say, "Oh my God, you're a terrible person" or something. I never get that. They usually just either say, "Let me think about it." Like I had a vegan, I think, yesterday tell me I need to think about. I think it was a vegan that told me I gotta go and think about what you think about it. Um, or they abandon the debate.
Yeah, they'll probably do that first
Fine, fine, but they're gonna.
because conversion is a time-consuming process.
I know, but we have everything. That's why I never debate without recording. Everything is recorded for all the generations. Everything is available. My channel is on borrowed time too because they're probably reporting it left and right. So that's that. Hey, Warlock, what's up? Always remember you were never lonely since the day you were born. You see? That's what he says in his profile. So it's emotional. Religion. Wait, um, Warlock, do you want to debate? Look at this statement. Always remember you were never lonely since the day you were born. That's what it's about. They they're it's like a womb. Religion is like going back into your mommy's uterus. Debate about what? Whatever you want. I guess you say always remember you were never lonely since the day you were born. Do you why do you say that? Why would you feel lonely? I don't feel lonely. I don't know. I don't really debate. I just defend Islam. Well, you have this statement in your profile. You say, always remember you were never lonely since the day you were born. Why do you say that? I don't know, just a message for anyone that feels lonely. But is it what do you mean? Are you referring to God, that God is always with you? I have that statement because that's a verse in the Quran. Yes, Allah is always with us. Hmm. I see. Why? And that's pretty much just a translation of the verse. What's wrong with being alone? I mean, like lonely is different than alone. Like I love being alone. That's like my favorite time is being alone. But I'm never lonely. So what's this thing with being lonely? Yeah. So what's that all about? Wait, you don't have a mic? You don't want to talk? Oh, you cannot talk? Why not? My family sleeping. Oh, that's fine. Where are you? What part of the universe? I might be able to in a bit. Okay, I don't know how long I'm staying here. Let me see. Oh, who can speak from eternity? Good to wait. I just need my phone to charge, but oh, okay. So I can wait 1 second. So I can go in the other one. Fine. Okay, take your time. I'm reading comments from YouTube and then like for a while. Let's see what we got. All right. So Riley Hunt has joined us. It says Allah is the best of all deceivers. The devil is a deceiver. Jesus Christ is Almighty God. Ha ha. We all have different perspectives of views. Good to hear them. Who can speak from eternity? Interesting. Fascinating. So you say, yeah, I already heard that one. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't take sides. I'm a skeptic either way. But about the Allah being the great deceiver or something. Yeah, uh, yeah. It's just a comment from someone on YouTube. Listen, I think I'm gonna go. I'll be back later. I'll get some work done. All right, take care, man. All right, I'm gonna cut the stream and goodbye.